Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from this month's sponsor, Ethico.
In the delicate arena of compliance, every conversation matters. Traditional methods can leave callers feeling unheard, but Ethico changes the game. Our empathetic interview technique reshapes compliance calls into powerful, compassionate interactions, ensuring no crucial detail is missed. It's about creating a conversation that matters, that resonates, that makes a difference. Be the change in your compliance approach. See the transformation for yourself at ethico.com/CPN. Book a demo, try our free ROI calculator, and explore the white paper by Tom Fox, The ROI of Compliance.
The Daily Compliance News for March 29, 2024, the Disbarred edition. We begin with that story from Reuters as the ex-Trump lawyer John Eastman should be disbarred. A California court rules. He should be stripped of his law license for his illegal and probably criminal actions to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election. Next up from Time Magazine, a very interesting sort of op-ed piece, but maybe even a human interest piece about voters in Malaysia are really just sick and tired of the corruption of politicians. You might wonder if that's going to happen in the United States if Donald Trump wins, but clearly with the 1MDB scandal still in the spotlight, Malaysians are just fed up with corrupt politicians. Next up from Bloomberg, Lava Jato, Car Wash, Brazil, Petrobras still remain in the news around bribery and corruption as Singapore's Seatrium will pay $110 million to the country of Singapore, to Singapore and Brazil for its role in the Brazilian car wash Petrobras scandal. This goes back to 2017, and Seatrium was a combination of companies. One was Couple Offshore, which previously settled a FCPA case, and Simcor Marine. They'll pay $57 million to Singapore and $53 million to Brazilian authorities. Next up in a story that once again shows you cannot make up anything in the corruption world. One of 2 Binance employees who was arrested in Nigeria in February has escaped custody. He claimed he was going to a mosque to pray and never returned to his home custody. So pretty much a black eye for Nigerian officials. The family of the of the Binance employee Nadeem Anjarwalla claimed that he had a passport and he left by lawful means. Well, I bet he did have a passport, but it wasn't lawful means that he escaped Nigerian custody. So a black eye for Nigeria, although wherever you want to be, I'm sure in custody in Nigeria is not the place. Happy Easter to everyone. As I mentioned at the start of this podcast, this month's sponsor for the entire Compliance Podcast Network is Ethico. Have you ever wondered how to show the ROI of your compliance program? Have you struggled with the budgeting process, getting the funds you want for your compliance program? Well, I've partnered with Ethico to put together a white paper on the ROI of compliance, which shows you not only how to demonstrate ROI, but also how to speak finance when you're sitting across from the CFO with your budget proposals. Check out the website and get the white paper. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.